Jeff, we have a problem.
No problems here.
We are broke.
Doug, I will love you, no matter how much money you make.
This is very uncomfortable, but does not solve the problem. The checking account is overdrawn. Our rent is overdue. And the 2 easy payments required to buy this ShamWow have turned out to be not as easy as I had anticipated. We have spent so much time screwing around with our time machine that we forgot to get jobs.
That time machine is worth a fortune. We could get at least $200. Sell it.
We can't sell it. We would be bored stiff.
Sell. This is mad money. I am Jim Cramer. Sell this bullcrap. Sell.
That is a terrific impression. If this is the only way we can make ends meet, then I have no choice. I will place an advertisement in the local, classified section of the newspaper.
They charge by the letter, so just call it a TM instead of a time machine. People will understand.
I will write SATG for selling a time machine, good condition. I hope the newspaper takes IOUs.
SATG. It stands for Single Asian Transgender. Gently used, like new. $200 or best offer. Serious callers only, please.
Are you okay, Chief?
I'm just reading a classified ad in the local newspaper. This is a clear case of a home prostitution ring. This is a crime. And, not just because of the outrageous price. It is seriously against the law to do this.
Yeah, but there is nothing that we can do about it.
We are police officers. We can call these bums, find out their address, and then arrest them.
Impossible. The advertisement said serious callers only.
Frank, I thought I told you to stop playing good cop, bad cop. You obviously do not understand the concept of the game.
Oh no. I think I misplaced my gun again.
Forget about it. Here is what we are going to do. First, we are going to spend 8 hours sitting in a car at the bottom of a hill, just in case somebody comes to a rolling stop at a stop sign or they have an inspection sticker that is 1 day overdue. Then we are going to go to this joker's house, to bust him and all of his tranny friends.
I don't know, Chief. Don't you think there should be more to this job than sitting around and wasting taxpayer dollars and arresting people for victimless crimes?
Listen to me, Frank, because I'm only going to tell this story once. Back in '89, I was a young by-the-book rookie on the force. I was put in charge of investigating the most grisly murder this small town has ever seen. Blood everywhere. Suspects were plenty. I worked my butt off, trying to crack this case. But I never put together enough evidence to put the bad guys away. Since then, I swore to never work hard again, unless I could find the true murderer. The case haunts me to this very day. Sometimes I wish I could just buy a time machine and somehow go back and find out what really happened that night on June 16, 1989.
Hey, do you know what's funny? I don't even like donuts. I know we are cops, and people say we like donuts, but I never cared for them. I went to a Krispy Kreme in Ohio one time. It was good, but I usually don't buy them on my own.
You know what, Frank, I think I will just handle this tranny prostitution case alone. Good evening, scum. I'm here about the classified ad.
Oh yes, the classified ad. Did you know that this advertisement cost me $30? Nobody even reads newspapers anymore. I should have just used Craigslist, but I didn't think of it until I was already on the phone to place my advertisement, and by then I did not want to look rude by canceling in mid-order.
You are a piece of human garbage. I would arrest you right now, but I do not have enough evidence, so I will let you talk more to incriminate yourself. Tell me all about your service that you are exchanging for monetary compensation. Tell me every seedy detail, you rotten pile of filth.
I have a time machine.
Just as I suspected. I. Come again?
Yes indeedy, sir, I do have here a time machine. You can do anything with it. Go to the past. Go to the future. You can even stay in the present, if it floats your boat. My personal recommendation is going to the past, because you can use your present-day knowledge to change the outcomes of undesirable events. You can retake tests in college to get better grades. Stop yourself from accidentally showing up to a costume party without a costume and looking like an idiot. In theory, you could even go back in time and solve a murder.
What? What did you say?
I said you can stop yourself from accidentally showing up to a costume party without a costume. Everybody went all out and all I had was some old navy pants and an undershirt. I looked like an idiot. I've never been so embarrassed in my...
No, I mean after that. What did you say after that?
After that, I began repeating the costume party thing, because you asked me what I said.
No. After the first time you mentioned the costume party, but before you repeated what you said about the costume party, you said something completely unrelated to the costume party.
Oh yes. The time machine can be used to solve murders. I solved the murder of Jimmy Hoffa. It turns out he died of natural causes.
Listen, you little worm. I was going to arrest you on the spot for the sale of Asian transsexual sex slaves.
That would have been awkward.
But your wild claims have got my curiosity piqued. If you can use your time machine to solve the murder mystery that has driven me mad for the past 20 years, I will drop all charges again. Doug, I have never investigated a murder before. It seems like it could be very hard.
Yes, especially when we have a time machine, and not a police car. We don't have a police radio, sirens or anything in our time machine.
But there is one thing we do have. Each other.
So gay.
I mean we have both of our intellects to solve this problem.
Oh, I thought you meant we are gay.
Okay, let's think. Where would be the first place we should go to investigate this murder?
Jeff, you are thinking too three-dimensionally. The real question is when should we investigate this murder? We do have a time machine after all.
Good point, Doug. Maybe we can go back to the 1950s and kill the victim's father, then he would never be born.
And someone who is never born could never be murdered.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, if he doesn't get murdered, we can't solve the murder, and then we won't get paid.
Good point. Let's go back and witness the victim's autopsy in 1989. A dead body is worth 1,000 words.
But a dead man tells no tales.
We will talk to the doctor who performed the autopsy and find out how the guy died.
Before we go back in time, let's each guess how he died, and see who is closest.
I think he died of a heart attack, because that is the #1 killer of people in the United States.
I think he died of old age.
The detective already told us that the victim was 40. He couldn't have died from old age.
Okay, I will change my guess. I think he died because he was 40.
That is no fair, I just told you his age.
Why don't you go back in time and find out how he died, and I will stick around here in case the detective calls.
Goodbye, Doug. Hello, 1989. Hello, I'm Jeff. I'm working with the police and I wanted to ask you some questions about the victim.
Okay, Jeff. What questions do you have?
How did this man die?
He was beaten to death with a sledgehammer.
Is it possible that he had a heart attack as he was being beaten, and that is what actually caused his death?
No, that is not possible.
Who do you think killed him?
I am just the examiner. I can't tell you who killed him. I think that is your job.
How many times was he hit with the sledgehammer?
It looks like he was hit about 20 to 25 times. His skull is shattered in multiple places, and he has 10 other bone breaks all over his body.
Ouch.
Do you have any other questions?
Yes. What are you doing for dinner in about 20 years?
I have plans.
Hello, Jeff. How was your trip back to the autopsy?
It was great. The doctor was really hot, and we had sex.
Was it a female doctor?
Yes, Doug, it was a female doctor.
Just checking. So, how did the guy die?
Somebody beat him with a sledgehammer until he had a heart attack.
Wow, your guess was spot on. Good job. Did she know who the killer was?
Nope.
What a waste of time.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, at least I had sex with her.
What do you think we should do now?
Maybe we can go back to 1989 and call everybody in the phone book and then ask if they have a sledgehammer. Then if they say yes, we can ask them if they knew the victim. Then if they knew the victim, we can ask if they killed him.
What if they lie and say they didn't kill him, but they actually did?
If they lie, then that will only make them more suspicious, and I will investigate further.
Wait, I don't think our cell phones will work in 1989. We would have to use a payphone and that would cost a fortune.
You really like to shoot down all my ideas, you asshole.
How about I go interview the victim's wife and see if she can shed light on the murder?
Sounds good. Maybe you should go back a few weeks after the murder, so that she isn't grabbing too much.
Good plan. I can play the rebound angle if she is hot.